Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. This is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard to Starship and Norma Prize for another episode of SimCity 3000. And yes, I am back. It has been quite some time. Sorry for the long hiatus when it comes to uploading on this channel. Life happens, and I was putting this channel on hold to try to get the main channel going, and then eventually I had to put that channel on hold because, got sick and holidays and overtime at work. It's been crazy. These last few months have been very crazy. But I'm back making videos for both the channels, and videos on this channel should go back up to its regular scheduled program. And yeah. So without further ado, let's get back into SimCity 3000. So for those of you who don't know what this game is, this is an old city builder game that came out like, I don't know, early 2000s, late 90s. It's an old game. I've been modding it so to make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more interesting. So I'll just kind of show off some of the mods I made for the game. So for power plants, I think I made it to where they last a little bit longer, or made it to where the random chance of having a long-lasting power plant and a low one is like a little bit different. I don't exactly remember. It's been a while since I played this and been a while since I made my mod, so I don't remember. I know I changed the capacity to 8,500 from I think it was 7,000 to give it a little bit more incentive to build it over a coal power plant, because I always believed that the coal and oil power plant were just too close together when it came to the power mound. I always went with the oil because it produces a little bit less pollution and has more capacity. But now you have a little bit more incentive, because I believe I also made it quite more expensive, if I remember. Yeah, $10,000 instead of, I think it was originally 8,500 or something, where coal is half of that at 5,000 for 6,000 power. So yeah, that feels a little bit more balanced. I've also adjusted the other power plants, but we are like in 1902, and then the new power plants are going to be available till much later in the game, so we're not going to really be able to take a look at that. I've also adjusted like the build speed and whatnot of like residential, commercial, and industrial. I think I also made it to where industrial requires more power, because that would make sense. And then when it comes to water, I've adjusted the water pumps to have 7,500 instead of 1,500. I always thought the water pumps were just way too low when it comes to SimCity, especially when you're building a large city like I am. I also adjusted the water towers to be 1,500, although I don't think I ever actually applied that. Also, the pumping stations are much more expensive too. They're 2,000 now. And water towers over 500. Their capacity is still 600. I haven't actually applied my update for that, but it should be 1,500 once I get it working right. And then I think for the distillation plants, which we won't get until later on, we're going to have like 60,000 capacity. Because I always thought that for the fact that they're taking water from the ocean, their capacity just was never high enough for me. Considering the fact it's a big building, it's a 3x3 building. So yeah, there will be 60,000 in my mod. Also adjusted the hospitals and whatnot. So hospitals have a little bit higher capacity. I believe you only need to build one for every 20,000 or 25,000 population instead of 20,000. I think that's how I have it set up. I don't know, it's been a long time. Like I said, we'll have to mess around with some stuff, but they cost $60 per month instead of $50. And then I don't think we ever built a school yet. We only have a hospital because I believe that's just all we can afford currently. Yeah. Roads are also more expensive in my mod. So yeah, I have to worry about that more. I always thought it was really weird to have a big city where you're paying like $3,000 for education, $2,000 for public health, and like $200 for roads. It's like, no, let's get that closer to $500 or $1,000, so it's in line with the other expenses. Okay. So yeah, let's actually get into the game. I believe last where we left off, we got the city large enough to mess around with neighbor deals. Yeah, we have a garbage, a water, and a power deal going with our neighbor, because I also adjusted all that stuff. So for garbage, let's go ahead and take a look at the deal. We are accepting 800 tons of garbage for $8 a month. For power, we are accepting 200 megawatts of power for $2 a month. And then for water, we are accepting 300 cubic meters of water for $3 a month. And I really love the adjustments of power and water that I did because they were always way too high, especially power. Like back when I used to play this in vanilla, if you wanted a power deal, you would require, like let's say it takes 3,000 megawatts of power to run your city, you would be selling 7,000 of that and or 7,000 to your neighbor. So you would have to have dedicated power plants just for your neighbor. But now it's 300, which means we actually need 1,400 for our city, and 300 additional, which is 1,700, is going to neighbor deal. It's much more manageable. I like that a lot better, and a lot more incentive to do that. And because of that, if we look at our budget real quick, we don't get near as much money for our neighbor deals, but you can also do all 3 neighbor deals at once if you need some money. But it's not going to like explode your budget like it does in vanilla. Like when I used to do neighborhood deals in vanilla, it would be, if you do it successfully, it would be like 4 times more than you're making on all of your taxes combined. And it was just, yeah, that's too much. Anyways, let's see, what exactly are we doing? We do have an industry demand. We have a little bit of a commercial demand, which we were expanding. And we do have a slight residential demand, so we could expand more residential if we want to. Or we can let industry and commercial develop and see how much of a residential demand that brings us up to. Which is probably what we're going to do. How is our like unemployment stuff? We're at 10 unemployment. Yeah, let's let commercial and residential or commercial industrial expand first and get unemployment down more. Right now our city is really small, so unemployment isn't too big of a deal, but once we get high on our population, then unemployment is really going to have an impact on us. I believe also this is unemployment for last month's, because I think that's how it actually calculates it. It doesn't calculate this month, it calculates last month. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and let the game run. I want to go ahead and turn sound effects off for now. Because if I do this so many times, all you're going to just hear is just construction noises. So it's going to get quite annoying. Ooh, flea market. Yes, please. That will help out. Commercial demand. Yeah, I played this game so much when I was a kid. Oh my god. I think the largest city I've ever made was like 256,000 population, but I never made like a giant metropolis over 1 million or something. I'm really excited to see us get to that point in this game while we're messing around with mods. I also can't wait. Actually, we are getting a little bit low on money, so here in the next couple of months we might be able to take our first loan out, and I can start explaining how I've adjusted loans. Because they work differently than they do in vanilla. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. So excited to be recording again. I really do enjoy the main channel where we record space and strategy games, but I've really been in the mood to record games that are not that that are still simulation and whatnot, but not strategy games. Nothing wrong with that. It's just my moods for what games I want to play and what I want to do have changed like constantly. And I'm like in the mood to play a city building game and make like videos on it and whatnot, so it is what it is. That's also kind of why sometimes I just disappear on YouTube for a while and then come back, because I just like, I'm in the mood to record. I'm no longer in the mood to record. I'm in the mood to record. I'm no longer in the mood to record, and I haven't quite found out a permanent solution to that, so it is what it is. 2 more industrial spots over here. How much industry do we have? 3,002. Okay. Oh, and then also in the mod, I think I explained this like earlier in the series. I made it to where the job demand for industry is higher when your city starts out, and then slowly switches over to commercial demand. I found out how that one works. I think it's like I want to say 70% to 10%, and then eventually switches to 60% commercial, 20% industry. I don't know. I need to load up the mod again. It's been, again, a long time since I recorded this, so a lot of the information from my mod is kind of like scarce in my head right now. Go, there we go. Boo, boo. Oh, that one isn't actually developing. Okay. Cool. And we just have this one, and I think, yeah, there's just one little spot behind everything that needs to develop. So we're almost to the end of the month. There we go. We now have a decent more residential demand. Industry demand is still higher because a lot of this is still under construction. It isn't actually built. This is probably going to give us a negative commercial demand once all this is built. That brought unemployment down to 1. Not bad. If we expand again, we may have to take out a loan for residential. But yeah, because we also have to level this area, which is going to cost... We have enough to level. We don't have enough to develop. Okay, let's take out a loan. So the way loans work in my mod, you have a very, very high limit of how high you can go. I think I set it up to like 2 million or 10 million, something like that. So you could take out a really, really large loan if you want to. But it is a 30-year loan with 8% interest. So the payments are very, very low. So you can have a lot of loans out. But they're going to take a very long time to pay off. I think a $10,000 loan starting off would be fine, because we're just going to level off and then turn all of this into residential. Yeah, turn this entire sector here into residential. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So boop, boop. $10,000 loan. We now owe $10,800, and I believe this is $60 a month that we have to pay. So that's $240 at the end of the year, which is going to make our estimated cash flow go down even more. So we still have to wait longer before we can afford a school, but it is much more affordable than it is in the original game. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. I also just realized that these two do not match. Let's go ahead and level you out. And I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and expand our road for the industry side here. I want these to match. We're gonna go ahead, connect that there. And then we are going to demolish these roads and expand you out and make you more industry. There we go. And then make all this residential. And it's all already has water, so we're looking good. Before we resume the month, let's go ahead and check everything. Yeah, hospitals are doing just fine. They're nowhere near maximum capacity. Power is 1,761. Garbage is 4% full. And water should be doing just fine. Yeah, 2,200. Everything is looking hunky-dory. Is there anything that we need to worry about right now? Oh, we still need to put our home in. Yeah, we can do that. In fact, we should probably put it here. Right next to the commercial businesses and then around all the residential. And then we can make those, this area here be more parks. Or like surround our guy with parks. Oh, because, I did adjust some of the parks to where they absorb more pollution. So like the normal parks absorb some, air pollution, the ponds and whatnot absorb, ground pollution. Or water pollution, I should say. Let's go ahead and resume. This will also help residential demand because there's people that need to work at my house. Which we are going to rename. I forgot what our mayor's name is. We're just gonna name it House of Merlopatia. We'll leave it there. Do. Alright. Some nice residence being developed. Okay. Just checking to see if those have power and water, which they do. You know, a lot of smog-o-matics being produced, or smoke-o-matics as I usually call them. By the way, if any of you guys are curious why I'm making all these historical, this just means that they will no longer be developed. Because SimCity 3000 has a thing where after a certain amount of days, it'll redevelop an area. And unfortunately, I have adjusted it to where it's not as frequent as it used to be. But it does make it to where it's really hard to develop your city when it gets really large, because like 1/3 of your city will always be developed, so you'll never have the right amount of population, your taxes will never actually make a whole lot of sense. So this is just a way to just make it to where they no longer are developed, because now that I said to that, they can't be demolished, and that's how the game makes it to where they can't be developed. It just demolishes them and rebuilds them. They can still be abandoned and whatnot if your land value gets too low, but they can't be or if like their demand gets too low, but they can't be redeveloped. It also means that they can't be like upgraded to like medium and high wealth. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine, and I do probably not recommend doing this when I have my mod unless you actually enjoy doing this type of stuff. I will make it to where the residents have a really low redevelopment chance, a really low redevelopment timer, so they're not. I think originally it was set to like 30 days. There's a chance for them to redevelop. I think I currently have it set to 90 days and it works a lot better. But yeah. Hey, the flea market is complete. Fantastic. The Crazy Larry's Family Flea Market. Make all of you guys historical. Alright, how are we doing over here? Good. Nothing's being developed in the middle because technically it doesn't have power yet. We have to wait for the month to tick over for it to recognize that this is a zone and give it power. Boopity boop 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 boop. And there we go. Now residential is our highest demand. We have a negative commercial demand. I expect that because the flea market does provide a lot of jobs. And industry is still about medium. So cool. We have 6,440 population. How are we doing on the budget? We're up to 142 now. Fantastic. We have 114 already in the budget from for the end of the year. So we are still getting a profit even though we took a loan out. And if we go here, we only pay 30 bucks per month. My bad. I thought it was 60. So 30 bucks per month for an entire year is $360, which is a little bit more than it costs for the education, because I think I have that set to $40 a month now. It's the same as the fire department. So yeah, it's much, much easier to keep your economy going. I just got done recording a Sense 2 earlier. Now I'm just thinking of like economy and crystals and whatnot. But it's much more easier to keep your budget in line. You just have to remember that since you're paying $30 a month, it takes 30 years for the loan to get completely paid off. I think it takes like a couple of years to get your interest paid off before it actually starts paying off what you actually owe. Or what you actually borrowed, I should say. But anyways, that's all looking good. Unemployment's down to 7. Nice. We can start working more on residential. Industry's 3,154. It's hard to tell. Yeah, 3,154. Crime is up to 20. We may have to keep an eye on that. And pollution 6. So everything is looking good. Healthcare should start recovering here shortly. I do still want to find a way to make it to where healthcare goes below level 50. There's a hard cap somewhere, or not 50, but 50 years. And I want that to go down to like 20. If your healthcare is really that bad, or if you have that much pollution in your city. One day we'll figure that out. Alright, power's 1,938. Garbage is still 4% full. And water is 2,325. Everything is still looking really good. We're nowhere near any kind of capacity. Alright. And residential demand is still our highest. We have a lot of residential area to develop, so we're good there. Industry is still developing over here too, so we don't need to expand that. And we have a negative commercial demand, so we don't have to worry too much about that anymore. Speaking of which, where are we on commercial? 558. Okay. Boopity boop boop. Let us continue on to the next month. Oh god. So much development. Boop, 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 boop. End of year surplus prediction proves to. Mayor. Oh, Captain Someone. The mayor name is me. Has landed. Yay! So that means we have a large surplus based off of our expenses. I think that's like a percentage thing. Like like if your budget is like 5,000, like if your income's like 5,000, and your expenses are 4,000, that's like a 20% income increase, and so it's considered a large surplus. I think mild is like really low. Compared to like it's like somewhere between like 1 to 10%, I think. I don't know. But according to the game, we have a good income. So that is fantastic. Alright, did I get all of them here? I did. We need to grab these ones here. I think we already got everything in the industrial area. Nope, we're missing one. Boop, 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 boop. Where are you? It's this guy. Alright. Fantastic. The city is growing. Boop 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 boop. How's our pollution doing in our industrial area? High, medium, high, medium, high, low. Okay. Not bad. Got 3 more, I believe. Nope, never mind. These ones over here just turned over. There we go. Fantastique. A little bit more time going by. See where we are at the end of this month. Don't think we're going to quite break 7,000, but we should be getting close. Doo-doo. Also, another reason why I used to do this all the time, because of the fact that it no longer has to worry about keeping the timer of when these things need to be redeveloped. It helps old computers run better. Because I used to play this on a AMD. Its nickname was Littlefoot, which is hilarious because back in the 90s, apparently AMD was big Land Before Time fans because they had Sharptooth, Littlefoot, and Chomper. But mine was a AMD single-core 233 megahertz processor. Still runs great. I still have the computer. But yeah, once your city got to a certain point, you had to start doing this. Otherwise, you couldn't go any faster than the llama speed. Because if you did, it would just run like it did in turtle speed. Because it just, yeah, it was just too much for it. Oops, speaking of which, we're 3 days over. I'm chit-chatting. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? 69. Nice. I should just end the series right now and be like, yep, we made the best city in the whole world. That is amazing. Budget-wise, 198. We're doing good, doing good. We can't wait to see what it is at the end of the year, and maybe we might be able to afford some schools for our children. We'll see. How are we doing on our utilities? We broke 2,000 on our oil power plant. All right. Looking good, looking good. And how are we doing over here on water? 2,300. Okay. Fantastic. We got 9,000 left. Right now residential demand is still our highest. Industry demand still looking pretty good. Commercial is still in the negatives. We're actually losing some commercial businesses because we just don't have enough people for them. That is fine. We're at 4% unemployment right now, so we're looking at really, really good. I like to try to keep that below 3% if possible, but 4% is still really good. And we still have some industry that is developing, and we still have residential that's developing, and we can't do anything about commercial right now because we have a negative demand. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and delete this house. Blah, 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 blah. And then we're gonna replace it with a small park. Help with land values and help keep pollution under control. I might do that around the industries. I might make just like a wall of parks. just to help contain some of the pollution from the industry. Yeah, that's about all we have to do. And there's not... I think we only have one more industrial zone that needs to develop. So we'll just go ahead and put it on llama speed. Now, because of the fact I'm playing this on a modern computer, I will not be using... City needs to smarten up. Yeah, I know I need schools. I know. I can't build schools yet. Well, I mean, I can. I just don't want to go in debt. But, more shopper victors of crime speed. What's crime up to? 20%? Okay. But yeah, I need to remember what I was saying. I don't remember. I got distracted by the tickers. It's fine. Oh yeah, can't do cheetah in African swallow speed because the game will go by so fast that in like a couple seconds, a couple years will go by because modern computers. This runs at the fastest speed your processor can go, and yeah, we will not be doing that. Cheetah is, I think, is like it goes day, 2 days, day, 2 days, which is still fast, but 10 teachers with cardiac arrest after students declare love of Beowulf. Interesting. But anyways, it is now the 8th month. And how's our demands? Residential industry are about even. Okay. And residential is about fully developed. We're at 7,337. Why do we keep getting like 2 like pairing digits? This is interesting. Not complaining, I'm just commenting on an interesting fact. We might continue going until the end of the year. Hopefully by then we'll be able to afford a school for our city. We have about 700 income on residential taxes, 90 on commercial, and 479 on industry. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, taxes looking good. So many ice cream shops. Oh my god, our city has an ice cream problem. So many ice cream shops and so many gas stations. Good gravy. But yeah, industry demand is still higher. We're still developing some areas. So let's go ahead and let the month go by one more time. And then we might expand industry. And then we'll need to expand residential somewhere. I think we might just take this area and expand here. Could continue expanding out in this direction. We might expand here. That'd be fine. But yeah, let's let one more month go by before we decide to do more expanding. Get all of the residential and industry areas developed. Still got commercial going away because we have way too much commercial at the moment. Speaking of that, how are we looking like on our capacities? 3,400 on industry and 846 on commercial, unemployment level of 5. Okay. So we may have to focus more on industry than residential to keep unemployment levels low. Because right now we don't really have a way to stop crime. So keeping unemployment levels low is a good way to do that. Do 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 do. Here we go. Commercial is now fully developed. We have 7,406 I was gonna say employees, population. Not bad. Industry has about 2 more spots, and industry demand is definitely higher than residential. We have an unemployment of 7, so yeah, we need to focus more on industry now. Fantastic. 700 on residential income and 484 in industry. With my mod adjustment, this is supposed to be closer to residential, so this is probably supposed to be like 600, 650. Commercial is still supposed to be like 10 or 15% of residential, so yeah, that's why we have a commercial problem. Or not a problem, but we have an excess of commercial. So cool. Our loans we're slowly paying off. We have $10,680 more left until that loan's paid off. I think on my single player playthrough of this that I've been doing, which I have about maybe 44,000 population, um, that playthrough is so far in debt. I think I over $100,000 in debt and loans. It's still running perfectly fine. I have a balanced budget, but there's so much money that I have to pay off, which I love. I kind of really enjoy that play style of like having to pay off tons of money over 30 years. You don't have to worry about it too much on your normal budget. All right. Some more industry. It is covered by water, so we're good there. Let's quickly check our utilities. 2,079 on coal, 5% on garbage, 428 on the hospital. Doing good. I think I might have increased the hospital to 50K. I don't remember. There's a reason why I set to 2,100 and I don't remember what it is. And 2,373 on our water pump. Looking good. Alright. And we don't really need more residential because our unemployment level is starting to get a little bit high. So we'll work on industry and eventually we'll expand and get more residential. But right now we need to focus on making more jobs to keep unemployment levels low, which will keep crime low. Because we can't afford a police station right now. Boop. Boop. Ancient meteorite revealed to be burnt burger. Wow. Imagine seeing something fall from the sky and you discover that it's and you finally find the place of where it fell and you realize it's just some sort of burnt burger that like Burger King threw out because someone missed the trash can and it ended up into the dumpster. That would be a heck of a story. I don't know if we have stories like that anymore. Everything's all dark and depressing on the news. Of course I don't really pay attention to the news. My parents do, but I don't. Just I'd much rather be on YouTube or, you know, somewhere that's a little bit happier. Life is too short to worry about all the things that are gonna kill us. Boop boop doop. Boop 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 doop. Boop 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 boop. We're all... Oop, there's one in here that is not historic yet. It's this guy over here. Okay, cool. Now you should be completely historic. You are. And you... Oop, there's one in here that isn't historic either. Oh, never mind. It's the park. We're good. Doot 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 doot. Doot 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 doot. Broccoli discovered to be colonies of teeny aliens with murder on their minds. I believe it. Okay, 7,406. Population did not go up because we didn't have any residential to develop this month. And what is unemployment is still 7. 3,500 industry. Not bad. Things are looking good. Things are looking really good. 2,123 on our power plant. We still have a long ways to go before we need to buy another one. And water is 2,394. Looking really, really good. Okay. Let's go ahead and start expanding our residential again. We'll expand it that much. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Residential. There we go. Okay. here we go. More expansions. We gotta have more expansions. Do 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 do. Burr da burp. Burr da burp. We don't have to worry too much about having a lot of residential, because it's not going to fully expand out until the next one. Yeah. And then we have these two as well. Okay, let's check residential. Residential hasn't done anything. All right. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Boopity boop boop. Boopity boop boop. Boopity boop boop. Boopity boop boop. That'll probably bring us up to 8,000 once that gets fully developed. No, no! Hit the forbidden cheetah button. You never go cheetah. Bad things happen when you go cheetah. Do do do. Three left. Already got everything up here in the residential area, so I don't have to watch it anymore. Come on, give me the three. Give me them. I want them. You're not gonna give it to me, are you? That's a negative, good buddy. Alright. We got 2 more months until this is over. We have a very high residential demand, so I'm feeling this is going to explode. Fantastic. Love to see it. Boop 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 boop. Where are we now? 6% unemployment. 3,700 industry. Nice, nice. Okay, and there's no development we need to do. Commercial is still in the negatives because we just had way too much commercial there because of the flea market. And yeah. No need to expand industry because the industry is still currently expanding. Oh my god. Okay. Well, basically just expanded everywhere. Does make sense. There's a very high residential demand, so it's going to expand quite frequently. I mean, rapidly is what I meant to say. And maybe frequently. Frequently and rapidly. Mm-hmm. That makes all of the sense. Really close. Really curious to see if we're going to break 8,000 population once all this gets developed. Boopity boop 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 boop. So many things to make historical. This is why I have sound turned off, otherwise you would just constantly hear knocking and sounds of construction going off right now. It's the only reason. Almost done. Here we go. Did I get everything? Nope, there's one I missed. It's right here. Okay. Cool. And then this one we're still waiting on too. Cool. I like it, I like it. Here we go. We're waiting on one now. Over here, we're still waiting on two. Okay. Do 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 do. Hey, we're starting to get some of the medium level stuff going on. Nice. The medium wealth. Up. Oh, cool. 8,092 population. Nice. We're gonna go one more month before we end this episode, because I want to see what our budget is. Although right now it's looking really good. This is 1 month difference. We're at 216 right now. We're gonna be 240. That is actually, we could figure that out. That is 24. No, 34. 24 times 12 is like 280, something around there. So we have 280 of our cash flow. Not bad. It's not bad at all. Not too shabby. Our hospital is still doing really good. We're like around 1/4 capacity right now. Power is doing good, 2,200, definitely going up now. But it's doing really, really good, and water should still be doing flawless. Yeah, 2,500. Looking really well. Also, I think I made it to where like medium and high wealth buildings require more water. So yeah, because they have fancier lawns and stuff like that that they have to take care of. Also wanted to make it to where they require more power, but I couldn't find the ability to do that. I only found like water requirements. But yeah. Yep. Fantastic. We have one more industry that needs to develop and one more residential that needs to develop. Boop, 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 boop. There he goes. Fantastic. And now we're just waiting on the one industry. Will it develop by the end of the year? Probably not. Probably not is the answer to that. Develop. I believe in you. I believe in you. It's not going to develop. Nope. It's not going to develop. But anyways, it is the new year. 1903. And we have a surplus of $348. Yeah, we can afford to put down a school, which we might do. I mean, we still can't quite afford it, but it's close enough. Screw it. I think it takes 480. We'll have a minus of 120, and then by the time I get done developing this year, we'll have another surplus. It'll be fine. It will be completely fine. But let's see, income, we have 156 coming in from neighbor deals, 876 now coming in from residential, nice. 96 coming in from commercial. We finally have a commercial demand again, so that's really cool to see. And 588 on industry. Industry is our highest demand right now, so we need to expand industry more. But yeah, cool. 720 coming in from health, and going out from health, and 288 from roads, and 360 from our loan. Fantastic. That's why I love the way I adjusted the loan mod. I feel like it's much more useful because even though we took out $10,000, we're only paying $360 a year to pay it off. And it's going to take a long time to pay it off, but the expenses is much lower because I think in vanilla that would have been $1,200. So yeah, much better. And then we have the House of Merlopatia, which is doing pretty well. We do need to get some more parks and everything going on around it to keep land values and stuff up around our little mansion. So we might do that. How much does it cost to build a school? 1,000? Yeah. Because I've increased the prices of all the utilities and stuff you use to, yeah, so you don't spam them. Well, not necessarily not spam them, just because it's a little bit more useful, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It feels a little bit better when you use them, I guess. And I guess we can put our school right here, because this is probably all going to be residential and commercial anyways. And we could build like parks around it too. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's put our school here. And we have 2,002 students, but of course, obviously, we don't have anything in here. I believe I increased the capacity to 4,500 on schools. We'll find out in the next month that goes in when all this stuff applies. But now, if we go to our budget, we are in the negatives at 132 because it costs $40 per month now to run the schools. And I think I also made it to where things like teachers and whatnot won't riot until like the letter grade gets down to 10, or not 10, a D. So, which is what it should be. And by default it was a C. Like once it gets down to C grade, then they start going on strike. But it makes more sense if they would go on strike when it's down to D, like 60% of the efficiency of the building. And whether it's overcrowding or not paying enough budget or stuff like that. So you can definitely put the budget down lower if you need to for schools and hospitals and stuff like that. So yeah, that is really, really cool. So we've definitely made some expansions. We're up to 8,540 population. We've expanded our residential, expanded our industry. We took out a loan. We're now currently in debt. We are currently $10,560 in debt. It is what it is. And we got our first school built. So yeah, we're slowly starting to introduce some of the utilities and stuff into the game and the other buildings and stuff. We need to build more parks around our mansion and build parks around our school, which we'll probably put some over here. We'll put like a big park and then surround it by small parks and expand our residential and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of stuff to do. Lots and lots of stuff to do. And I'm very excited to have this series back, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am, as I introduce the mod that I'm like slowly making as I play this game. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you did, please leave a like. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. If you want to see more of me, you can go to my main channel, which I have in the video description, which is just called Captain Soban, where I play space and strategy games. We're playing Sense 2, Space Marine, which is a cool mercenary game, Space Engineers, and a couple other games that I can't think of off the top of my head for some reason. Sword of the Stars. Yep, that's another game that we're playing. So you can go over there and check that out, or you can check out my Twitch, which I play with my friend Meat. Then we just play some survival and crafting games like Power World, Space Engineers, 7 Days to Die, games like that. It's a lot of fun. We just hang out and have fun, and we don't really take it seriously, so we just like to make entertainment for people. And if you guys want to as well, I have a link to my girlfriend's Instagram account in the video description. And if you guys don't mind, she is a commission artist who commissions people for a living. You don't have to actually commission her if you don't want to, but if you can give her a follow and give her a message saying that she is an amazing person, I would greatly appreciate that, and that'll help make it easier for her to get commissions. But anyways, guys, until next time, this is Captain Soban signing out.